Good call, not taking the Batming.
Yes, good call. Good call.
Yeah. West Ham.
I realised that
It could have been like right now if we took the bet.
You would have Mane.
No,
You have Salah.
We wouldn't have had it. We lost.
Oh no, that was in there. Oh yeah.
So who would have won it? 'Cause
these two.
you would have had who?
I don't know. I would take either.
Oh, he's so happy he's taking taken any of that.
Well, he says he doesn't want to make any changes. Anyway, welcome to preview of game week 24.
Yep.
So, congrats to Jim. Victor,
Thank you.
once more. He won twice.
I've actually never three-peated. Only person who's three-peated in this room is me.
And well, rightfully so because he's top of the table by
Three games.
2 games.
Yeah.
No, three.
games.
Oh, to Ladsy.
3 to you, but yeah,
Yeah,
2
I
to
know.
number 2.
You know when we first the origins of this fantasy thing was during my Bucks in Malaysia. Remember because Vincent was telling us about it.
Is that how it started?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Ning was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking start it. And then 2 years later, this bastard is top of the table. I was like, when he said it, I was like, yeah, right, Ming, don't know anything about soccer, as if you're gonna start it.
This is true. I didn't know much about soccer, except that I like Cristiano.
Yeah,
thought he didn't
And
know.
Messi. I knew about Ronaldo
He
and
knew
Messi.
Ronaldo, and he knew about Real Madrid, yeah.
Yeah. And
I knew about Viduka.
Yeah, anyway.
Viduka's a great
Oh,
player.
Viduka.
Great player.
He's a legend.
Yeah. Viduka, Cure.
Aussie
I watched
legend.
their highlights
Leeds
recently
legend.
of them getting past the group stage in the World Cup. Great performance. Brought back memories of watching that game with.
Was that the one where he scored? No, Aloisi scored the penalty. Was it penalty? Because they always
Alex
used to
scored the penalty
to qualify.
Yeah.
for the World Cup.
Oh.
That was always like one of Australia's best
Yeah.
moment. I remember seeing that.
That
Against
team
was it against Saudi or something like that?
That was against a South American team, maybe Peru or
Okay.
something like that, which was amazing.
Who's the ball player? Again, it started with B.
Bresciano.
Bresciano,
He was
yes.
on,
Yeah.
too. That was the
Very
same
strong.
team, right?
Soon as he comes in, goal.
Viduka.
Very good.
Then after that was more like Lucas Neal. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
He was a bit after. He
Cahill.
was a captain. Cahill, yeah. But I think who is Australia's greatest ever? Not like you look back. Most people would say Timmy Cahill.
Probably
He's done
Cahill.
so much.
Yeah.
Right?
Not cool.
No.
Cure was the most
He
talented.
was the most talented, yeah. Played for the biggest clubs. But Cahill was the one who like probably did the most, like had the
Yeah.
most defining moments and stuff.
Cure
like that, yeah.
Cure got knocked down by injuries though. He was kind of a failed experiment.
By the time he got to Liverpool, he like,
Who's in Liverpool?
towards the end,
He was meant to be their left winger.
he was really good in Leeds. He was fucking amazing in Leeds, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then he just kept
Cure,
having groin injuries.
Viduka.
Oh,
Then
groin
Australia has had a lot of good
Goalies.
goalkeepers
Yeah.
over the years. Schwartz,
Yeah.
of course. Maybe
Matt Ryan.
Matt
They've had a
Ryan.
few.
Well, they actually have a lot of good players that play in actually EPL.
Right now.
Do we?
No, like
In the past.
Oh, back four. That team.
Bresciano, Lucas
Yeah,
Neal.
that team. Half the
Not
team
only
was
Bresciano, there was
EPL
another
players.
Yeah.
guy. What's the
I know
other
that
guy?
Bresciano was Roma or last
Jedinak. Remember Jedinak? Mark Jedinak? Jedinak?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also a Premier League player. Really good. And then, but then they had, the downturn was when they had like Archie Thompson and stuff, right? Like he was like the biggest, the most famous one.
Who do we have now?
Aaron Mui,
Alan Moy.
Matt Ryan.
We have some young forward as well. But
Oh, one day.
we'll see if they manage to
One
qualify.
day, our sons.
Well, we are in a different. We're in a different league now as well, which makes it easier to qualify for the World Cup. Because back then we were in with South America,
Okay.
That's why we never qualified. Never.
Yeah.
so that was a much
But
tougher
this
road.
doesn't like. I mean, like, yeah, it's all well and good to qualify for the World Cup, but if you don't do well in the World Cup, then there's a lot
We
of
should
shit,
make it.
shit
You
teams
make
that
it though.
qualify.
You get
But
the,
it's a lot of
you
bad teams that qualify for the World Cup as well now, and they're making it easier to qualify. That's the thing. They're making it even bigger now.
But you gotta make it. You gotta make it global. So you gotta have teams from around the world.
Like there's random teams like I don't know, Oman and all that.
Some of those teams don't. I mean, I think if they qualify, then they are still the top of their region, so they're doing really well.
Yeah, like Malaysia would never qualify for the World Cup.
I mean, even China doesn't qualify yet.
No. China did once.
International disgrace.
China did once.
We should say that.
They will. I think China will get there, but it's sort of one of those things where
Once they need to get through the whole genetic engineering thing. So it's like they're doing that first now. So maybe like 20 years time. You know,
I think,
these
to be honest,
babies are like
Chi-
super athletes.
China's
That's when they'll be.
China would have players, but most of them don't get developed. They just kind of go get jobs and make money.
Because there's no money.
It's
in
too
it.
high
Well,
risk. It's like to make it to the top level is like either you get there or you get nothing. So it's kind of like they'd rather just get a job.
But isn't there a lot of money in the China league?
He's getting there. He's getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah.
I think
They want to
Like
improve it because
incentive.
it's actually it's only Chinese people love soccer, but they're like it's such an
Why?
embarrassment to the whole country because
Why?
you can't put
Because they're
together
shit at it.
11 people to play. You know,
There was a time that they were.
wasn't
pretty
there one
good.
group was like Ho Hai Dong? I still remember his name. It
There's
was
a
like
United player, Dong.
Dong, Ho Hai Dong. Yeah,
A United player. But I think they got him for the
for the publicity.
advertising,
Yeah.
you need to have quite a few players to make the team. I mean, for that Australian team, half the team was really solid.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like defense, they had
And
defender,
even then, like they
and
they
that
had
was
to
just scraping.
They were
through.
just competing, you know.
I think
Internationals hard, man.
I think if you look at the US progression, it's taken them about 15 years to progress from implementing their grassroots programs.
And they
to
went
now
through a lot
having-
of, they went through a lot of dark
To
days
now
and-
now they've suddenly got a few
Archie
youngsters
Thompson, yeah.
coming through.
not Archie Thompson, Alfonso Davies.
Is he American?
I thought he
He's
was.
not American.
Yeah. Alfonso Davies.
Alfonso Davies.
I'm pretty sure I checked.
I'm gonna look
He's
this
really
up.
good.
Oh, he's a basketball player.
But but America had a
Sounds very familiar.
even like they were peaking as well though.
Alfonso Davies is a Canadian player.
Same shit. Yeah.
Same shit.
It's
Same-
completely
same- same
different
vibe.
Yeah, but
country.
you're talking about MLS. You know that system, right?
Well, I meant more like they've got Pulisic now. They've got the
Yeah,
guy who plays in
Pulisic.
Germany. They've got a few players playing in Europe now who are there, and then they're expecting over the next 5 years their like group of 12 to 16 players will make that next step.
Chill.
So China, I would expect take 15 years as well because
But-
you need
No,
all your
the
youngsters.
States had their golden period as well, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, but it was more. It was more
they
their
had-
national.
Who
their-
was it? I can't remember, but they had a lot
It
of
was-
really big names as well.
But it was more their director of national soccer took it into ensuring
Wasn't
that
it
there was.
Klinsmann?
Yeah, I
Jürgen
think.
Klinsmann, the German. He's like a former German
Yeah,
national. No, like he's a former big German striker, Klinsmann.
maybe. Let me have a look.
But he came under a lot of shit as well. And why are we talking about this?
Because you know we're just
like
talking.
I'm losing like shit. Down.
All right, let's get back onto topic. But yeah, we'll have a look at that after.
So like talking about old history soccer. I fucking don't know.
Pulisic.
Shit.
All right.
What's that?
Hey man, stay on topic. Stay on topic. It's only
What's
half
that?
an hour of your time here. You gotta stay focused.
Pulisic.
All right. Well, yeah, they've got Pulisic as their main player.
Is there anyone else?
There's somebody who plays for Germany who scored the hat trick. He's the youngest player to score a hat trick in one of the European
Oh, like
leagues.
the new him.
Yeah, he's a new
One of the
player.
it's a Dortmund player as well, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway.
We're not talking about the forward in Dortmund.
That's Haaland, is it?
Yeah.
No, he's not American though.
He's not
Ah,
American.
okay.
He's Norwegian.
I was gonna
or something.
say, I was like, it doesn't even.
No, they've got a
yeah.
few Americans that
Yeah.
are pretty good right now. I can't remember their names. I'm really young.
Let's we'll discuss that in a second.